Join Kids Hat family.
Ten, 20, 25, 45. Wow, Tofu! You have saved quite a lot. Let's utilize this money to help someone. No, Tia, I will not spend this money. I want to become rich. But Tofu, money has no value till we use it. Come on, let me tell you a story. The Miser and His Gold. Once upon a time, there was a miser. He hated spending gold, so he never used any gold he had. He had dug up a hole and used to bury the gold near the tree in his garden. Every day, he goes near the tree to dig it up. And look at the gold happily.
I am so rich. I own this much gold.
This made him very happy. One day, a passerby saw him digging up and happened to see the gold hidden by him. Gold under the tree? I should wait till it gets dark. The robber waited till the night time to dig up the gold. He took all the gold buried under the tree. The next day, the miser came back to look at his gold.
Where's my gold? Where is my gold?
The miser dug a big hole where he used to hide his gold, but he couldn't find any gold in the hole.
Who stole my gold?
Listening to the miser crying, all his neighbors came running to his house.
What happened? Why are you upset?
The miser showed them the hole and told them everything about the gold he used to hide under the tree.
Did you ever spend any of your gold?
No, I would only dig it up. Looking at it made me happy.
You never used anything at all? The gold was of no use to you because you had it in the ground. Just look into the hole and think that the gold is still inside it. Then you can be as happy as you were before.
Neighbors started to laugh and left him with the empty hole. Now I understood it, Tia. I should utilize my money in something good. Yes, Tofu, because wealth unused might as well not exist.
Hi, Tia. Hi, Maria. Hi, Joanna. Hi, Tofu. Hello, Tofu. Hello, Tofu. What are you all up to? We are completing our art project for tomorrow. I also want to do it. Can I? Wait, Tofu. Why? All I want to do is add my prints also. I'll follow your pattern. I'm sorry, Tofu, but there's no place on this one. Can I give you another sheet to do this? It's okay if you don't want me to be a part of the fun, Tia. Mommy finger, where are you? Here I am, how do you do? Hey, Tofu! Oh, now you have time for me? Well, actually, I had a story for you. It's about a lost mitten. On a cold winter day, when the entire forest was covered in a white blanket of snow, a kind mole came upon a warm mitten. Oh wow, a warm mitten on this cold day. I'll live in it and make it my home for the winters. Just as the mole was making himself comfortable in his new house, a little frog showed up at its mouth and called out to the mole. Hello, Mr. Mole. Oh, hi there, frog. How can I help you? It's very cold out here today. My feet are freezing in the snow. Can I share your mitten with you? Of course, there is enough room in here for both of us. So the kind mole welcomed the frog in the mitten. Just as they were warming up, a rabbit comes up to them. Hello, friends. It is really cold out here. My tail is freezing. Please give me some space in the mitten. Of course. Come in, come in. The rabbit was very happy for the generosity, and he got into the mitten with the mole and the frog. Then they had 2 more visitors, a fox and a vixen.
It's so cold today. My snout is freezing. I feel like I am breathing ice. Can we please get some shelter in the mitten?
We're already 3 in here. It'll be a little tight, but sure, come in. We will manage somehow. Thankful, the fox and the vixen squeezed themselves into the mitten. But there was just no space for anyone to move. Sometimes the rabbit would step on the frog's foot, and sometimes the mole stepped on the fox's tail. As they all struggled, a bear came along.
A warm mitten and good company. Just what I need on this gloomy, cold day. Make room for me, friends. I'm gonna come in too.
Oh no! But there's no place in here. You're too big for this mitten.
I promise I won't take too much space. No.
But the bear didn't listen to them and made it into the already crowded mitten. The animals had no choice now but to stick their heads out of its mouth, so that there was space inside for their bodies. And just as they were all finally settling in, a baby mouse came along, shivering in the cold. Hello, everyone. You all look so warm in there. It's so cold here. Look at my tiny tail. It has frozen itself blue. Please let me also come in. Sorry, little mouse, but this mitten is completely packed. Even though you are so tiny, there is just no room for you here. Oh, but I see some place. It's all that I need. The little mouse dashed towards the mitten, and before anyone could say anything, he climbed onto the bear's nose and sat there. But his cold tail hung there and irritated the bear's nose. He was about to sneeze.
Achoo!
The bear couldn't hold his sneeze, and with a loud sound, he sneezed so hard that the mitten went flying up, up, and up in the air, and all the animals got thrown out of it into the cold snow once again. What, Tofu?
I was going to be the bear in your mitten.
Yes, and you would have sent it flying into the air.
Hey Tia, that monkey over there tried to imitate me.
Oh, really?
Tia, why are you laughing?
Wait, I'll tell you why monkeys do this. The monkeys and the cap seller. Once, a cap seller was going to sell his caps in a village market.
Caps, 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 5 rupees caps, 10 rupees caps, caps, caps.
He was going through a forest. He was carrying a basket of red caps on his head. He got tired in the heat of the sun and thought of lying down under a tree for some time. He put his basket on the ground.
I am so tired. Let me take a small nap.
There were monkeys on that tree. They came down and one by one took all the caps from the cap seller's basket. Then they climbed on the tree. When the cap seller woke up, he was shocked to see his basket empty. He searched for his caps everywhere. To his surprise, he saw the monkeys were wearing them. He found that the monkeys were imitating him. So he started throwing his cap down, and the monkeys did so. The cap seller collected all the caps, put them back in his basket, and went away happily. So, Tofu, we should deal with cleverness in such situations because wisdom helps during difficult times.
I understand.
She bounced at the first sight of mice. The mice were taken by surprise.
Our brother has been attacked and eaten eaten up by the snake that the toaster has brought. We all should be careful from now on.
Tofu, it's your friend Kim. She needs some help from you. Tell her I'll call her later. Kim, Tofu will call you back.
Families from the store.
Why didn't you talk to her, Tofu? I'm watching TV. I don't want to talk to her right now. But she needed your help. That's okay. If it's urgent, she can call someone else. She's called the second time and you've refused to talk to her. That's mean, Tofu. Especially because I remember how she was always there when you needed help from her. What difference does it make? Hear it for yourself. It was Christmas Eve and Mary was waiting for her Uncle Peter. Each year he gave her a present on this day. Hello, Mary. Wish you a Merry Christmas. Thank you, Uncle. Merry Christmas to you too. Wow, it's a nutcracker. It's so lovely. Let me put it in the cabinet with my other toys. That night, when Mary was sleeping, a sound woke her up. What's that? Mice! So many of them! Mary saw that there were many mice running around on the floor of her room. And there was a stranger, that was the Mice Queen, who had 7 heads. Oh no! Am I dreaming? How can this be? Mary is in trouble. Friends, let's go to her rescue. The brave nutcracker spoke to all the soldiers that stood with him in the cabinet. The soldiers found courage in the nutcracker's charge, and they drew out their swords and jumped out of the cabinet. All of them attacked the mice with their swords, guns, and sugar cannons. But soon the nutcracker was surrounded by mice. I'm surrounded. I can't free myself. Oh no! The nutcracker! Seeing the nutcracker surrounded, Mary took one of her shoes and sent it flying at the mice. But before she could see what happened, she fainted. The next morning, she woke up and found herself in her own bed. She tried explaining to everyone what had happened, but no one believed her.
prince and their seven-headed queen with my own eyes. I even saved the nutcracker.
I believe you, Mary. I believe everything you've just said. I'll tell you an interesting story about the nutcracker toy.
About my toy?
Yes, many years ago, there lived a mice queen in the Toyland's King's Palace. One day, she lost 7 of her sons to the traps laid by the king's men in the castle.
Oh no!
The angry queen cursed the princess and turned her into an ugly princess. The spell could be broken only if she could break the hardest nut.
The poor princess. What happened then, Uncle?
The nutcracker prince helped the princess break the hardest nut. As soon as he had done that, the spell was lifted off the princess. However, the spell shifted on to the prince and he became ugly.
The princess must have felt so sad.
Quite the opposite. She forgot all about the prince, how he had helped her, and she chased him away. Later, Mary went to her room and looked at the nutcracker. She now looked at him in a different light, and before she knew, she loved him. One day, the doorbell rang very early morning. Mary went to see who it was. It was a very handsome young boy.
Hello. How can I help you?
Hello, Mary. I am the Prince of Toyland.
How can that be? You were cursed by the mice queen to be an ugly nutcracker.
Your true love towards me has lifted the spell of me and made me handsome once again. Will you marry me?
Yes.
Mary said yes and became the Princess of Toyland. She lived with the prince happily ever after.
I am being the princess who forgot the nutcracker prince. Am I not?
Absolutely, Tofu. Kim's always been there to help you. And now, when she needs your help, you're ignoring her.
Oh, I feel terrible about the way I have behaved. Let me call up Kim and help her.
Don't forget to apologize to her.
Thanks, Tia. I won't forget.
Tia, see, I got an A grade in English. I am so happy. Oh, that's really good, Tofu. But hey, this was just your first step. Your finals are still to come. Better study for them too. Ha 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 ha. Tia, I already scored an A in it. Do you think I need to study more for the finals? Don't you think I can give my finals even without studying for them? Tofu, it's not good to be so proud of who you are and your achievements. One should always remain humble, or else one has to suffer. Suffer? How? Come, I'll tell you a story. The Oak Tree and the Reeds. An oak tree stood tall and strong near the bank of a river and close to some reeds. It was a huge tree with a huge trunk and hundreds of big, strong branches. The oak tree was so proud that he used to boast openly about his strength.
I am so strong and mighty. Nothing can uproot me. Nothing can destroy me. Ha 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 ha.
Listening to what the oak tree was saying, the reeds couldn't resist but say, "Oh, mighty oak tree, don't be so proud of your strength. Nothing in this world is immortal. Being modest is the key."
Ha 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 ha. You little feeble reeds. What do you know about strength and being the strongest tree in the jungle?
Making fun of those reeds, the oak tree stood there with pride when suddenly the wind started to blow. The reeds bowed their heads as the wind started getting stronger. Watching this, the oak tree said,
You are so petite and weak. The slightest of winds make you bow your heads. How would you survive the strongest of storms? Ha 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 ha.
Soon the winds turned into a hurricane, and the oak tree, standing straight with pride, continued to laugh at the reeds. "Oak tree, you might be big and strong, but you need not worry about us. We will bow our heads in this powerful hurricane and survive it. If you will continue standing straight, you will not be able to survive in these strong winds and break in no time."
No, nothing can uproot me. I am the strongest and will continue to stand tall and never bow down, no matter what.
The winds got more furious, and soon the hurricane took its peak. The little reeds kept their heads low and started swinging in the rhythm of the wind, thus preventing themselves from getting uprooted. But the oak tree, which stood straight and tried fighting the hurricane winds, soon broke down and fell in the river.
Ah, no! This is not possible.
See, we told you. You just learned a lesson. Better to yield when it is foolish to resist than to resist stubbornly and be destroyed. And the oak tree went drifting in the water, crying over his own false pride. Tia, I think I know what you want to explain to me. I will not get fooled by my own pride, and I will continue to study hard. Good, Tofu. Now let's get back to our studies.
Tia, today I'm very happy. I met one of my friends who was acting all greedy and selfish in class. So I told him the story of the Pied Piper of Hamelin, and he soon understood the lesson. Really, Tofu? I haven't heard this one. I would love to hear it from you. The Pied Piper of Hamelin. Once upon a time, there was a town named Hamelin. The town was beautiful, bustling with energy and wealth. But no sooner the happiness of the town was ruined by a plague. Plague of rats. There were rats everywhere. So much so that the people of the town didn't even have a place to keep a step without tripping over the rats. There were rats of every size, shape, every age and color. Nothing worked as a remedy. Not even the cats were able to control the plague of rats. Giving up, the authorities decided to announce a reward of 10 bags of gold to anyone who could help to get rid of the rats. One day, a strange-looking man came to the town. He was dressed in their traditional dress, but all red in color, with a long, peculiar nose and big, wide eyes. He adorned his head with a feather in his hat. He went to the authorities and said, I have a solution for your problem. I assure you that not a single rat would live in this beautiful town. But I want 10 gold bags that you have promised as prize. The authorities were not very sure of his commitment, but still allowed him to give it a try, as they had no other option. Soon, the strange-looking man took out a Pied Piper from his pocket and started playing a very strange tune. Within no time, all the rats started coming out and following him. From every nook and corner of the town, so many rats came out that the whole street was filled with them. Very strangely, the rats started following the Pied Piper, who was playing the strangest tune ever heard. The Pied Piper took them to the town's river and entered into it. In no time, all the rats, mesmerized by his tune, fell into the river and drowned. There were rejoices in the town, celebrations all over. Soon, the Pied Piper went to the authorities to claim his prize money. But since their work was done and they thought that this plague would never return, they shunned him off and asked him to leave without giving him a single penny. What selfish people are these? I did them a favor, freed them from such a bad epidemic, and all they could care was to be greedy and ungrateful? Now look how I will teach these selfish people a lesson. The Pied Piper took out his pipe once again and started playing another strange tune. a tune that no one had ever heard before. In no time, all the children of the town, mesmerized by the music, started following the Pied Piper. The children were so lost in his tune that they didn't realize that they have come out to the outskirts of the town. The Pied Piper took them to a cave and let them in. He kept playing the tune till all the children were inside the cave. He then closed the cave with a huge stone. Only 2 kids were left in the entire town. A boy who was hard of hearing and a girl who had hurt her legs so badly that she couldn't keep up the pace with the rest of the kids. These 2 kids went back and told their parents about the Pied Piper and how he lured all the children into the cave. Soon, the authorities went begging to the Pied Piper and requested him to let their children out. This time, they promised to reward him with 20 gold bags. I don't trust you any longer. I want my prize money beforehand. Soon, he was handed over his prize money. And he left, never to be seen again. The children were freed from the cave, and the parents hugged them and cried. Watching this, the authorities said,
We surely have learned a lesson. This man came out of nowhere and saved us from an epidemic. All that we did in return was to be selfish and ungrateful. He surely taught us a lesson of not to be greedy and selfish.
That night, the town rejoiced and celebrated like a festival. It's still said that in the town of Hamelin, if you ever go and listen carefully, you might hear the beautiful sound of the Pied Piper. Tofu, I'm so proud of you. You must be a little naughty, but you surely are a good boy. Ha 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 ha.
For your favorite rhymes, stories, and more, join Kids Hut family. Subscribe here.